Okay, hi guys. So let's get started. We're talking about the SATs. Introduction. We'll go through introduction, then we'll get into the thick of things. First of all, who can tell me what SAT stands for? Any idea? Arham?
सर पता नहीं.
Pata nahi. Does anyone know what SAT stands for?
Standardized admission test.
Standardized admissions test. Okay, over the years, SATs has gone a number of name changes. Standardized admissions test, scholastic aptitude test, stuff like that. But now SAT is just a word on its own. It's not an acronym anymore. So SAT is just SAT. And for all I care, pardon my French, but you can call it a
Stupid ass test.
yes, good job. Stupid ass test. You can call it that. Why? Because when you apply to universities, ideally, two things should be of importance. Those two things are your past academic and your personal stuff. However, universities and colleges all over the world have gone on and added some sort of an admissions test. For majority of the part, it's the SATs. Underneath, you see two charts, two pie charts. One is for small liberal arts colleges and the other one is for large state schools. When you look at both of those, in small liberal arts colleges, personal stuff stands for 50% of your admissions. SAT is 25%, and your GPA, which is your past academic, which would be your O-level grades, not your A-level grades, your O-level grades, mind you, also 25%. However, when you talk about large universities, places like Harvard, places like Yale, places like University of Michigan, places like LUMS, places like IBA, all of these big places, the dependence on personal stuff, as you see, goes down to about 20%. Your SAT goes up to 40%, and your GPA also goes up to 40%. First of all, can somebody tell me why this discrepancy? If it is so important, why not all the schools give same level of importance to the SATs? Why some places are 25% while other places are 40%? Can someone answer that question? Aisha Osman? Anybody?
Sir, it's like large state universities have like a lot of competition. So like they have like a lot of kids to, accommodate. So they also
Excellent. When we talk about these small liberal arts colleges, पूरे यूनिवर्सिटी की पूरे कॉलेज की कितनी पॉपुलेशन होती है? Any idea? How many students?
hardly, in like case like 40, like 1,000 or maybe 2,000, something like that.
It's roughly close to about 4,000 students.
Yeah.
थोड़ा कम ही होता है, ठीक है ना? जब 4,000 स्टूडेंट्स हैं, जो कॉलेजेस यूनिवर्सिटीज होती हैं, दे आर स्प्लिट अप ऑन 4 years. Freshman year, sophomore year, junior year and senior year. जब senior year खत्म होता है, those people they get graduated and then जो freshman होते हैं वो sophomore चले जाते हैं, तो freshman के लिए seats खुल जाती हैं जिसमें नए admissions होते हैं. So that's roughly about 1,000 seats. Okay, उन 1,000 seats के लिए कितनी 4000 5000 applications होती हैं? When you have 4000 5000 applications for 1000 seats, you know, it's still very doable for the college's admission staff to go through each one of those applications and see who you are. Okay, that's why personal is about 50%. SAT and your past academic is 25%. However, when you talk about these large state universities, यहाँ पे तकरीबन anywhere between 25 to 30K students. Okay. जब 25 से 30 हजार स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं तो फर्स्ट ईयर के अंदर रफली यू हैव somewhere between 5,000 to 6,000 open seats. For these 5,000 to 6,000 open seats, there are 3 times, 4 times applications, about 20,000 applications. Does the admissions office have the capacity to go through each one of those applications the way a small college would be able to? Absolutely not. That's why, you know, the dependence on SATs is even greater. Almost 40%. What that means is that you will have great past academic record, A's, A stars. You will have great personal stuff. Okay? But, you know, if your SAT score is not up to a particular level, nobody is going to look at your application. That's why SAT is so important. In a place like Pakistan, where, you know, although the universities, they don't have those many seats. IBA ho gaya, LUMS ho gaya, Habib ho gaya, CBM ho gaya, jitne bhi ho gaya, you know, 2-3,000 seats hoti hain, lekin the sheer volume of applications is so much that they're unable to go through each one of those applications. That's why the dependence on the SATs is so much. If you do not cross a particular level, nobody's going to entertain your application. That's why SAT is so important. Because unless and until, you know, you get a 1300 on your SATs, IBA or LUMS will not entertain you. You could be an excellent student, but the fact that you did not get that score, you know, everything else is of no importance. That's why when you talk about A-levels ke andar, the most important thing that you can look at is your admissions test. Your grades, your past academic, they come in second. Unless and until you do not clear the admissions test, none of the other things matter. That's why these next 2 months are going to be really important for you guys, so that we can get this done and get it out of the way, so that the most important thing is taken care of, so that you have a good score for your admissions test. And then you already have, remember what I've said, for your admission to universities, your A-level grade will never count in. Your O-level grades count. Okay, and you already have those. So what you need to do is you need to get a great SAT score. You need to build up your resume, whereas, you know, your personal stuff's concerned, you already have your O-level grades. What your A-level grades do is, you know, they just make sure that the admissions that you have acquired, you maintain those admissions. That is what 99.9% of the universities say. Why? Because when you apply for admissions, you haven't even sat in your tests. So the only grades available for them to judge you by are your ASK grades and mostly your O-levels ke grades. ठीक है ना? Point taken? Point understood? Say something.
जी sir.
Okay, good. So, who makes the SATs? लिखा हुआ है ETS. ETS stands for Educational Testing Services. It is the company that makes this exam. Okay? It's a company that's been making this exam for a very long time. They not only make the SATs, they also make TOEFL, they also make TOEIC, they also make GRE, they used to make the GMAT. Basically, this is a company that excels at making exams. Okay. Why do they have a company doing this? Any idea? Guys, come on, this is an interactive class. I need your answers.
So that it won't be like biased or something, like everybody from every college and institute can take it.
Maybe. Well, actually, the main reason for that is the validity of SATs. Anybody over here can guess how long is the SAT valid for? Iske scores?
1 year. I need at least 2 years. 2 years. Never mind. Yes.
5 years. Okay. Now, जिस तरह मैंने बोला, different colleges, different criteria रखते हैं. When you talk about Ivy League universities, places like Harvard, places like आपका Cornell और Columbia और Princeton और Yale, सही है ना? ये कहते हैं कि 1400 प्लस स्कोर होना चाहिए, मीनिंग 1450, 1460, 1500, 1520. So SATs is out of 1600 points. We know that. Okay. Now, when a university is asking for this much of a score, that means they are looking for certain attributes in a student. This kind of score tells you that you are in the 90th percentile. That means जितने भी लोग टेस्ट ले रहे हैं, अगर 100 लोग लेते हैं तो 90 लोग आपसे पीछे हैं. You're in the top 10 percentile. ठीक है ना? SATs is valid for 5 years. So अगर जो स्कोर है, let's say 1500 का स्कोर, 1500 का स्कोर डिफाइन कर रहा है एक स्टूडेंट जो स्टैंड करता है 99th परसेंटाइल के ऊपर. अगर कुछ SATs के अंदर टेस्ट में ऊपर नीचे हो जाए, 2 साल बाद टेस्ट का वो लेवल ना रहे, तो इसका मतलब ये है कि जो 99 जिस बंदे का 1500 उस वक्त आएगा, उस बंदे की क्वालिफिकेशन, उस बंदे की वो सारी चीजें वैसी नहीं होंगी जो पुराने वाले बंदे की थी, है ना? So that's why they want to make sure that when you say a 98th percentile ka student, then that 98th percentile ka student is a student of equal abilities all across the board, year in, year out. That's why this company is making it test. That's why there is a uniformity. जो लोग कहते हैं कि अच्छा वो अक्टूबर का टेस्ट था वो आसान था, दिसंबर का टेस्ट मुश्किल आया, that is all hogwash. All the tests are exactly the same. आपने नहीं पढ़ा, आपको दो तीन सवाल मुश्किल लगे, that's another thing. Otherwise, ability wise, all the tests all across the board over the years are the same. Okay. So, what's standing between you and your choice of college? Hatem, can you tell me that?
Yes, sir. Can you repeat the question again?
What's standing between you and your choice of college?
Sir, I guess our academic performance over the years.
No. Your SAT. सब कुछ कर लो, अगर SAT के अंदर 1500 नहीं आएगा तो एडमिशन होगा? नहीं होगा. सब कुछ कर लो, अगर SATs में 1300 नहीं आएगा तो IBM में एडमिशन होगा? नहीं होगा. लम्स में एडमिशन होगा? नहीं होगा. SATs. Your academic, like I said, for your admissions to universities, your A-level ke grades, they do not matter. They do not count. It's your O-level ke grades. And that is already done with. जो तुम्हारे O-levels के अंदर आया हुआ है, your fate is sealed like that. And that's a fact. Nobody tells you that. I'm telling you that. Okay? So, in order for you to get into lumps कहते हैं minimum 6 A's होने चाहिए O levels में. If you don't have 6 A's in O levels, आप पत्थर तोड़ लो, सब कुछ कर लो, you won't be able to get into lumps because that is the criteria. Similarly, for other schools, for other prestigious schools, okay, they've made the benchmark your O level के grades, not your A level के grades. Because जब A level का टेस्ट दोगे फाइनल A2 का और A level का रिजल्ट आएगा, your admission process will already be completed by that time. Okay. So, education testing services. However, we at the Princeton Review, we call them by a different name. We call them evil. Testing Satans. Why do we call them evil testing Satans? Guys, come on. Alian?
I don't know.
You don't know? अभी तो मैंने बोला तुम्हें कॉलेज जाने से, तुम्हारी मर्जी के कॉलेज में जाने से कौन रोक रहा है तुमको?
SATs.
SATs. तो जो SATs बना रहे हैं फिर वही evil हुए ना, वही रोक रहे हैं ना तुमको. That's why they're evil. Now, the other fact over here is, what is the level of material contained on the SATs? I know if I go to the next page, a second. It's math, reading, and the essay. These are the 3 segments on the SATs. What is the level of these segments? The math that you see on the SATs, the English that you see on the SATs, okay? It's not more than O level, 10th grade. Maybe a few things which might get into the 11th grade, which is still your O3. So, जब इतना आसान सवाल चीजें हैं, O levels का stuff है, and you're not getting a good score on the SATs, that's a very pertinent question. ठीक है ना? Let's do a little exercise. सब लोग अपने mic खोल लो. I want everyone to open up their mics. Open up your mics. I'm gonna do a little drill over here. I'm going to say something. Say whatever comes to your mind in response to what I have said. Is that clear?
Okay.
Okay, good.
All right.
I want everyone to say it out aloud. Let me find the page. किधर गया भाई? चलो नया बना लेता हूँ, एक सेकंड. So I'm going to say a word, say whatever comes to your mind in response. For example, table,
Chair.
chair, सही है ना?
Okay.
Okay, mics open. Alian, open your mic. Dan, Angela, open your mic. Okay, black,
White.
Blue.
White.
white. Okay, जोर से, salt,
Pepper.
pepper. I heard pepper. Okay, जोर से बोलो, सब बोलो. Cat,
Dog.
Dog.
dog. Okay. Can I get a number? Tuba, give me a number.
12.
12. Shahnawaz, give me a number.
24.
24. Okay. Angela, give me a number.
16.
16. Okay. Hatim, give me a number.
1.
1. Okay. What if I tell you that I already predicted your responses? Will you believe me?
No.
Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Can you see the responses that I put down on paper?
Yeah.
Can you read those?
Yes, sir.
Are they the same that you said?
Yeah.
Most of them, you know? When I said a number, nobody said a negative 12. Nobody said a 7.5. Heck, nobody said more than 100. You know what that tells me? That tells me that you guys are predictable. I predicted these responses, and these were exact same responses that you guys gave. You know? Whereas you could have said anything in the whole wide world. Yet you stuck yourself to these very responses that I had on that paper. That is something which is very dangerous. Why? Because if I know what you're thinking, if I know what your response is going to be, I can use that response and I can come up with traps. I can trap you. So the fact of the matter is, SATs is not a difficult test because it's testing difficult subject matter. No, no, sorry, Bob. It's a difficult test because this test is full of tricks. This test is full of traps. That's why ETS is evil. Why? Because it takes something which is rather simple, something which is rather facile, very easy, and then they present it to you in such a manner where you make mistakes, where you stumble, where you get questions wrong, where stuff that you already know, which was O-level stuff, which otherwise you would have done blindfoldedly, okay, with your hands tied behind the back. Yet, you are unable to score well on the test. That is why SAT is difficult. That is why ETS is evil. Okay? So, is the SAT fair? No, it's not fair. Okay? What does SAT test? Does it test your intelligence? Does it test your IQ? What do you guys think? Does it test your intelligence or IQ?
I think IQ.
You think IQ, okay? What does IQ stand for?
Intelligence quotient.
Intelligence quotient. So IQ is your intelligence, okay? Now, what do we know about IQ? As we grow old, हमारा IQ क्या होता है? अच्छा होता है, बुरा होता है, क्या होता है?
बुरा होता जाता है.
बुरा होता जाता है.
50-50.
Somewhat.
50-50.
50-50?
It can be good and it can be good and bad.
No. देखो, unless कितने लोगों ने The Curious Case of Benjamin Button देखी है? शहनवाज ने
जी.
देखी होगी. देखी है ना शहनवाज? शहनवाज?
Yes, sir.
Have you watched The Curious Case of Benjamin Button?
The Brad Pitt one, yes.
The Brad Pitt one. उसके अंदर क्या होता है? Brad Pitt बुढ़ा पैदा होता है and as टाइम गुजरता है वो जवान होता रहता है ना? उसका उल्टा चल रहा होता है. जब वो पैदा होता है उसकी आंखें कमजोर होती हैं, स्किन खराब होती है, जैसे जैसे टाइम चलता जाता है वो बेहतर से बेहतर होता चला जाता है. Whereas हम लोगों का उल्टा होता है. When you're
Yes, sir.
born, your eyesight is as close to perfect as it could be. But with usage, with whatever, your eyes, they start to go bad. Your hair starts to fall out. You get blemishes on your skin. ठीक है ना? Why? Because with usage, your organs, they start to feel the effects of wear and tear. कोई भी चीज जब यूज करते हैं तो वो खराब होती है ना? इसी तरीके से ब्रेन भी, जो बेकार टीवी शोज देखते हो उल्टे सीधे जिससे IQ पॉइंट्स गिरते हैं, यू फील डमर समडे. ओके, सो इफ एनीथिंग as you grow older your IQ might go down just a little bit, otherwise for most part it remains constant. आइंस्टाइन का IQ जब वो पैदा हुआ था कितना था? एनी आइडिया? $160. जब वो मरा तो उसका कितना IQ था? Roughly about 160. So your IQ doesn't change. The point I want to come to is, if this test was actually a test of your IQ, तो जो स्कोर आएगा, जो आपका IQ, because your IQ can change, your score on the test cannot change. Then all of this does not matter, because you cannot learn IQ, you cannot improve your IQ. Your IQ remains the same. जितना पढ़ के दे दो, ठीक है ना? Your true IQ is always the same. If this test were a test of your IQ, then your test score will also remain the same. So what does it really test? All it tests is how well you take the test. That's all it tests. How well you take the test. It's not a test of your IQ, it's not a test of your intelligence. I'll be the first one to say, if you are intelligent, if you're sharp, things will become easier. Things will become comprehensible. If you're not that sharp, all you got to do is to work a little hard. That's about it. Now, How was the test scored? Correct point, correct question, 1 point. Wrong, 0, blank, 0. So there is no negative marking on the test anymore. There used to be, but there is none anymore. Okay? The questions that we see on the SATs, they come in 3 flavors. Those flavors are easy, medium, and hard. Many of you might ask कि कितने सवाल होंगे टेस्ट पे? Do you know कितने सवाल होंगे टेस्ट पे? Any idea?
500 or something.
No. Let's break it up.
425.
Let's break the test up. When you start the test, the first section that you see on the test is the reading comprehension section. The reading comprehension section has 5 passages. And these 5 passages give you a total of 52 questions. And it runs for 65 minutes. After you're done with these 52 questions in 65 minutes, you get a break. Sorry. For 5 minutes. Then you get the second section. The second section is grammar section. Grammar section has 4 passages. And these 4 passages amount to 44 questions. So 11 questions from each passage. Over here, there are 10 questions from 4 passages each and 12 questions from 1 passage, so total of 52. And this grammar section is 35 minutes. No break after that. You get the third section, which is your math section. What is so special about this particular math section? This math section is no calculator. You cannot use a calculator on this section. It has 20 questions and it runs for 25 minutes. 35 plus 25 is 60 minutes, 1 hour. So roughly after every 1 hour, you get a break. So then again, there is a break of 5 minutes. Here you get section 4, which is math, calculator. 38 questions, 55 minutes. उसके बाद फिर 5 मिनट की ब्रेक आती है. And then section number 5 is your essay. Which is 1 topic and it's 50 minutes. That's the entire test. The number of multiple choice questions are 52, 44, 20 and 38. That comes to a grand total of 154 questions. जो ये 154 questions हैं, ये कितने flavors में है? I've already told you that. Three flavors: easy, medium, hard, and they're pretty much equal. So 51 questions easy होते हैं, 51 question hard होते हैं, और 52 questions medium difficulty के होते हैं. That gives you 154 questions. Okay. However, the order of difficulty, or the order of difficulty is none. So they don't come in particular order. They're all jumbled up. सबसे पहला सवाल हो सकता है सबसे मुश्किल हो. ठीक है ना? Now, the fact of the matter over here is, we're used to walking in a straight line. That is so true. We do question number 1, then we do question number 2, then we do question number 3, then we do question number 4, then we do question number 5, then we do question number 6, so on and so forth. ऐसे ही है ना आतिम?
Yeah.
Okay. So Yusuf. Hello, Yusuf.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If I say, okay, I'll give you 500 rupees, get me a glass of water. Will you do that?
Sure, why not?
Okay, ठीक है. Abuzar. Abuzar. Open up, Abuzar. Open your mic. चलो, आमना मलिक. आमना.
Yes, sir.
I
जी
give
सर.
you same. So Abu, तुमने लेट कर दिया. Amna, I give you the same 500 rupees, but I ask you to wash my car. Will you do that?
No, sir.
No. Why? Tell me why.
Compassion.
Too less money for too much work. पानी तो पिला देंगे 500 रुपए में, लेकिन गाड़ी धोने के लिए 500 रुपए बहुत कम है ना?
जो बात है.
सही बात है ना? Okay. So, जब we're walking in a straight line, question number 1 आया, 2 आया, 3 आया, सारे स्प्रिंटेड सवाल होते हैं. क्वेश्चन नंबर 4 आ गया, मुश्किल सवाल है, 4 मिनट 5 मिनट ले गया. फिर क्वेश्चन नंबर 8 आ गया, वो 4 मिनट ले गया. फिर क्वेश्चन नंबर 13 आ गया, उसने भी 4 मिनट ले लिए. ये कितने मिनट हो गए टोटल? 13. और 13 सवाल तक पहुंचे तो और भी टाइम लगा होगा. तो बाय द टाइम यू डू दिस, अगर ये 20 क्वेश्चन का सेक्शन है, यू रियलाइज के 7 सवाल और हैं, लेकिन अब सिर्फ 1 या 2 मिनट बच गए, सवाल जाया हो गए, है ना? Make sense? How many points is each question worth?
1 point.
1 point. So, easy is pani. Hard is car wash. आप पागल है कि इजी सवाल पड़े हुए हैं जिनसे 1 पॉइंट मिलेगा, वो छोड़ के आप गाड़ियों पे गाड़ियां धोए जा रहे हैं जिससे भी 1 ही पॉइंट मिलेगा. Does that make sense?
No, sir.
No, not at all. And that's the biggest mistake we make. On the test, when you are within a section, you can pick and choose questions. Do not walk in a straight line. हमने बोला order of difficulty. There is none on the test. So, if there is no order of difficulty on the test, you should use personal order of difficulty, POD. What that means is your job is to pick and find and do all the easy and the medium questions first. Because everything is worth the same points. Let's say, on the test, easy, medium, hard. 51 questions, 52 questions, and 51 questions. You do all the easy ones and you do them all right. You do all the medium ones and you do them all right. You do not do a single difficult question. That means the time that you have, in that time, you are only doing 2/3 of the questions. Okay? But you're getting them all right. What would your score be? Any idea? You've done only 103 questions out of 154 questions. If you do that and these are all correct, what will your score be on the SATs? Any idea? Aram. Hello. Aram?
Sir, can you repeat?
If you only do the easy questions and the medium questions on the test, you don't do a single difficult question, what will your score on the SATs be?
66%.
No. Shanawaz, how many points?
Oh, how many points?
Yeah.
Oh.
Out of 1600, give me a value, give me a number.
5,000 points, 1,000.
No. 1200
like,
points.
yeah,
1200 points. What does that mean? Sorry. That's a bell curve. Okay? All the SAT scores are tested on this. When you take the math section and the English section, remember, the test does not start from 0. The test starts from 200. 200 to 800 is your score scale on each of the sections. So minimum you score on the test is 400, maximum you score on the test is 1600. So this is for one section, okay, 200 to 800. 2%, 14%, 34%, 34%, 14%, and 2%. If you're only doing the easy and the medium questions, you're right here. 600 plus 600 is 24%, 1200, which is 84th percentile. You're better than 84% of the people who take the test. Now, if you only answer a few more difficult questions, you can end up over here to this, and this is plus 14 is 98%. 98% is 1400 on the test. And that is what our aim is. We want to get a minimum of 1400 on the test. We want to be in the top 98%. How many of you can get all the easy and the medium questions right? Not do a single difficult question. Time भी ज़्यादा है, सवाल भी कम है, और सवाल भी सिर्फ easy और medium करने हैं. Keeping that in mind, if you work smart, you can get a 1200. Now the idea is to take this 1200 and increase this 1200 to a 1400. Make sense?
yes.
Okay. So, fascinating facts about the SATs. All questions are worth the same number of points, 1 point. Total number of questions, 52 plus 44, reading, and 20 plus 38, math. Question difficulty is not indicated by the question number, and the sections appear without a set order of difficulty. 2/3 of the questions are of easy or medium difficulty. This means the student can get about 600 on each section without doing one hard question. That's an 1200 without having to pull your hair out. Invest your time when and where it will yield the biggest payout for you. For most students, that means the easy and medium problems. Unless you're aiming for 750 plus, you don't have to do each and every question. होता यह है कि एक एक्स्ट्रा सवाल करने के लिए जो प्रेशर आता है उसके वजह से 2 सवाल और गलत हो जाते हैं और स्कोर गेट्स ड्रैग्ड डाउन. Okay? Use your food, personal order of difficulty. Slow down, score more. Okay. Now, having said that, drill ये हमने कर लिया. This person, his name is Joe. Okay? Joe is your average teenager. He isn't overtly smart, but he isn't dumb either. He's the one that helps you during the test. Okay? Why? Because Joe gets majority of the easy questions right. He gets about 50% of the medium questions right because he's rushing through the medium questions. And he hardly gets a difficult question right. Why? Because he falls in the traps. If you know how to think like Joe, then you know what not to do. Remember, once you get an understanding कि कौन सा सवाल मुश्किल होगा, मुश्किल सवाल का कभी भी easy सवाल आंसर नहीं होगा. Remember that. We call it process of elimination. So the question that I have for you guys is, I give you guys a donut. Your job is to cut this donut twice. What is the maximum number of pieces you can cut this donut into? Cutting it twice. 2 straight lines. Now, I'm telling you this is a hard question. Let's do POE. If it's a hard question, कौन सा आंसर नहीं होगा?
I think 4.
Obvious answer नहीं होगा. 4 is gone. If 4 is gone, 3 is also gone.
Okay.
Is there another obvious answer over here?
6.
6. क्योंकि क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा मैक्सिमम, आपको कुछ नहीं आ रहा, जो को कुछ नहीं आ रहा, जो कहता अच्छा let me pick the largest value. On a challenging question, on a hard question, if the question is asking you for maximum, the biggest number will not be the answer. On a challenging question, if the question is asking you for minimum, the smallest number will not be the answer. हमने 3 answer choices निकाल दी. What are we left with? 5. That's the only answer left. Hence, that must be the right answer. That is the right answer. Okay? That's called process of elimination. We'll talk about this थोड़ी सी देर में और. That's 2 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, और ये चुन्ना मुन्ना piece 5. Let me redo it. Oh, sorry. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sense? So learn how Joe Bloggs approaches this. That way you will know what not to do. Pacing. Pacing plays a huge role on the test. How you pace yourself on the test. What questions you spend more time on. Okay? Do questions that you have time for and aim for accuracy. Do not waste time with questions that are too hard or too long. Why? क्योंकि वो एक सवाल जो है वो अगर आपने 5 मिनट लगा के कर भी लिया उस सवाल की जगह अगर सवाल बचे में आप 2 सवाल कर सकते थे, are you better off doing that one question or are you better off doing those 2 questions? Okay, SATs is like a scavenger hunt. Your job is to pick and find and do all the questions you know how to do so that you can collect those points. बीच में अगर 3 सवाल मुश्किल आ रहे हैं, अगर आप शुरू में उन 3 सवालों के ऊपर टाइम लगा दिया आपने, देन बाकी के जो आसान सवाल हैं जो सही हो सकते थे, उस टाइम प्रेस की वजह से हो सकता है वो गलत हो जाए. It's better to do those questions first, leave the 3 hard questions for later. अगर टाइम उसके लिए ना भी बचे, I'm going to talk about guessing techniques. I'm going to talk about process of elimination, how you can get those points in the bank. Okay? Process of elimination, your food and you. ETS doesn't order question types by difficulty. You have to make your own personal order of difficulty. Just remember to do all the questions you find easiest first and save the ones you think are the most difficult for last. Remember, the SAT isn't like school. You won't get credit for partial answers, but you do get full credit for correct answers, regardless of how you get them. Through aggressive use of process of elimination, you can increase your score by guessing. Okay. Rules for the course, you can talk about, read this. Okay. ये हमारी इंट्रोडक्शन थी. लेट्स मूव ऑन. एक सेकंड, let me open up the next file. Okay. Any questions so far, guys? We're moving on to the math. Today we'll look at math, and the next class we'll look at reading comprehension. We've talked about personal order of difficulty, how it is important to pick and find and do questions you know how to do, okay, and not worry about the challenging questions, do them at the end. Should you guess? Obviously you should guess. Why? Because there is no penalty on incorrect answers. So if you can eliminate answer choices, it makes your probability of guessing higher on the test. Job logs and process of elimination. When we look at this question, remember, our job is right now not to solve this question. This is a hard question. On a hard question, remember, obvious answers will never be the right answer. What makes an answer choice an obvious answer? Any answer that you arrive at by simple manipulation of numbers given to you in the question. Simple addition, simple subtraction, simple multiplication, simple division. Numbers from the question appearing in the answer choices. Remember, the answer will never be that simple on a difficult question. Difficult question के अंदर आपको काम करना पड़ेगा. So something that seems too obvious, something that seems too good to be true, it is. Remember that. So read this question, all of you, and tell me, what do you think are obvious answers over here, so that we can eliminate those obvious answers. You do that, I'm going to plug in my laptop. Okay, guys, who can tell me what's an obvious answer over here?
1/5.
Yeah, okay, so hold on. We've got Tuesday and we've got Thursday. She has 1 pie. She eats 2/3 and then 2/3 of what is left. Obvious answer would be 1 minus 2/3 is 3/5, है ना? That's a partial answer, क्योंकि अभी तो हमने ये तो subtract भी नहीं किया है. Okay, 3/5 minus 2/3 is 1/5. It's not going to be that simple. 2/5 into 2/5 is 4/5. It's not going to be that simple. 4/25, I mean. So what are we left with? Again, the two values given to you in the question are 2/5 and 2/5. दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई किया, 4/25 आ गया. एक पाई है, अगर उसमें से वो 2/5 खाती है, माइनस किया मैंने, तो 5 is my denominator. 1/1, 1 5s are 5, 5 1s are 5, minus 5 1s are 5, 1 2s are 2, which gives me 3/5. That's a partial answer, क्योंकि अभी पूरी कैलकुलेशन कंप्लीट नहीं हुई है. 3/5 में से मैंने 2/5 अगर माइनस किया, that gives me 1/5. It's a difficult question. It cannot be that simple कि 1 में से 2/5 माइनस किया, फिर दोबारा 2/5 माइनस किया. 9/25 is the answer. That's your process of elimination. If you get stuck on a problem, if you are running out of time, then you use this. Otherwise, when you have the time and you know how to do the problem, you will do the question properly. This is a technique you subscribe to in two situations, one of two situations. टाइम खत्म हो रहा है, सवाल सही तरह करने का टाइम नहीं है, तो प्रोसेस ऑफ एलिमिनेशन के थ्रू गेस करो. सवाल करना नहीं आता है, प्रोसेस ऑफ एलिमिनेशन के थ्रू गेस करो. सवाल करना आता है, टाइम है, तो सही तरीके से करें. मेक सेंस? The gray box over here says don't pick obvious answers on difficult questions. That is what Joe does. Looking at this question, जो यूं सवाल पढ़ता और जो कहता 1 minus 2/5, फिर उसके बाद minus 2/5, आंसर is 1/5. That is the most obvious answer over here, and which is wrong. Are you guys following me? Huh?
Why is it wrong?
Why is it wrong? Okay, let's do the question. She buys 1 pie. She eats 2/5 of the pie on Tuesday. सही ना, ट्यूसडे को उसने रात को 2/5 खा लिया, तो कितना पाया बच गया? 3/5 बच गया। ये बात तो समझ में आ गई ना? हेलो?
Yes,
Say
sir.
something. Okay, so now I've got 3/5 of the pie, remaining Thursday हो गया, ठीक है ना? She takes out the pie again and eats 2/5 of what is left. How much is she eating? 2/5 of कितना बचा है? 3/5, जो कि हो गया 6/25. So she is eating 6/25. 3/5 में से जब 6/25 को मैंने माइनस किया, (25) is my denominator. 5 5s are 25 and 5 3s are 15. 25 1s are 25, 1 6 are 6. 15 minus 6 is 9/25 is how much that is left. Okay? But the point of the question is, this particular question is to help you understand what obvious answers are. On a challenging question, as you go through the course, I will help you develop that sense of kaun sa sawal mushkil hai, kaun sa sawal aasan hai. On a challenging question, an obvious answer will never be the right answer. Is that clear? Okay, so this question, so gray box क्या कह रहे हैं? Don't pick obvious answers on difficult questions. That is what Joe does. If you follow in Joe's steps, you will not get a good score. Again, this is a hard question. Paul goes from his house to his parents' house. Going, his speed is 60. Then he comes back from his parents' house, back to his house, and coming back his speed is, sorry, 80. Average speed in miles per hour. That is what we're supposed to figure out. It is a hard question. Obvious answers क्या है?
70.
70.
Question में सबसे पहला obvious answer, question में 60 लिखा हुआ है. It won't be that simple. Answer से 60 निकाल दो. अगर ये मुश्किल सवाल है तो it's not that easy कि 60 plus 80 add किया और divide by 2 करके 70 आ गया. 70 भी निकाल दो. That's too obvious. Either the answer is 68.6 or the answer is 71.4. What's the answer? Take a guess. Anybody, give me an answer. What does your gut say?
71.4.
That is wrong. The answer is 68.6. Okay, it was a 50-50 chance. But अगर आपके पास ये सवाल करते हुए only 30 seconds है आपके पास, so what you can do is you can quickly do this and this and you have a 50-50 chance. अगर एक सेंस और मैं आपको दे दूं तब आप सही आंसर पिक कर लेंगे. ओके, लेट मी टीच यू दैट. लेट्स से टेस्ट कर रहे हैं हम. दो बच्चे हैं, एक बच्चे का 10 आया टेस्ट में, दूसरे बच्चे का 20 आया टेस्ट में. एवरेज क्या होगी?
City.
एवरेज
15.
15. ओके, अगर सॉरी, दो 10 और दो 20 है, तब एवरेज क्या है?
30.
15. 20, 40, 50, 60. 60 divided by 4 is 15. 3 10 है और 3 20 है. एवरेज क्या है? टेक अ गेस.
15.
15. 4 10 है और 4 20 है. एवरेज क्या है?
15 ही होगा.
100 10 है और 100 20 है. एवरेज क्या है?
15.
15. Okay, so the point that you need to understand over here is, अगर ये क्वांटिटी और ये क्वांटिटी इक्वल है, इसकी भी बराबर चीजें हैं और उसकी भी बराबर चीजें हैं, ओके, देन द एवरेज पता है क्या होती है फिर? एवरेज इज द मीडियन वैल्यू. मीडियन का मतलब क्या है?
Middle value.
मिडिल वैल्यू. सो अगर एक का 4 आया, एक का 2 आया, तो एवरेज क्या आई? 3 लाइज इन द मिडिल, है ना? एक 0 एक आया और एक 10 आया, एवरेज क्या आई? 5 मिडिल है. सो एज लॉन्ग एज द क्वांटिटीज आर इक्वल, द एवरेज इज द मिडिल वैल्यू, मीडियन. ठीक है ना? अगर लेट्स से एक 10 है और 2 20 है, तो एवरेज क्या होगी? आई डोंट नीड अ नंबर. एवरेज क्या होगी?
16.
एवरेज जो भी होगी वो मीडियन से ज्यादा होगी. अगर 2 20 है और एक 10 है, तो एवरेज 15 से ज्यादा होगी. यहां पे होगी एवरेज, क्योंकि ज्यादा स्कोर वाले ज्यादा हो गए ना, तो इस तरफ टिल्ट हो गया. अगर 2 10 है और एक 20 है, तब एवरेज किधर होगी?
15 से कम होगी.
इधर होगी 13 समथिंग. ठीक है ना? ऑब्वियसली अगर दोनों क्वांटिटीज इक्वल है तो एवरेज क्या होती है? मीडियन होती है. जो क्वांटिटी ज्यादा हो गई, एवरेज मीडियन से उसकी तरफ मूव होकर गई. अगर कम वाले ज्यादा है तो मीडियन से कम की तरफ आ गया, अगर ज्यादा वाले ज्यादा है तो मीडियन से ज्यादा की तरफ चला गया. इज दैट कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here we had Paul. Okay, he's going to his parents and then he's coming back. $60, $80. जाने का और आने का डिस्टेंस सेम है ना?
जी सर.
अगर आने और जाने का डिस्टेंस सेम है, इज ही ड्राइविंग मोर, इज ही स्पेंडिंग मोर टाइम ड्राइविंग एट 60 और इज ही स्पेंडिंग मोर टाइम ड्राइविंग एट 80?
60.
At 60.
Yes, क्योंकि distance is the same, he is spending more time driving at 60. If everything was equal, then the average would have been 70. But since he's driving more time, he's spending more time at 60, therefore the median nahi hoga. The answer would be less than the median. So it will be between 70 and 60. 68.6.
Sorry.
Make sense? क्योंकि obvious answer 60 निकल गया, obvious answer 70 निकल गया. We're left with 71.4 and 68.6. The moment you realize, okay, 60 के ऊपर ज्यादा टाइम लगा रहा है, answer's got to be 68.6. Make sense?
Yes sir.
Okay, good. So this is what we call process of elimination. If you get stuck on a problem, you're running out of time, use this. Okay? Ballparking. Ballparking means estimation. Many SAT questions actually ask you to approximate. Question में लिखा होता है, ठीक है ना? अब अगर ये सवाल जो है, इस तरह के सवाल ज्यादातर आते हैं नॉन कैलकुलेटेड सेक्शन में, ताकि आप ख्वार हो. आपने 19 डिवाइड बाय 39 किया, फिर उसको 0.49 से मल्टीप्लाई किया, फिर उसको 102.3 से मल्टीप्लाई किया, फिर आपके पास आंसर आया. Takes a lot of time. If the question tells you to approximate, and when you look at the answer choices are far apart. 12.5, 25, 40, 50, they're not 3, 4, 5, 6. They're not really close to one another. They're kind of far apart. So that means, and the question says approximate, that means you actually should approximate. If I start doing this question, I am meticulous about this calculation. If this calculation will probably take me at least 1 minute. कहीं भी नहीं गया 1 minute, है ना? Anywhere between 45 seconds to 60 seconds, this will take me. However, if I see approximate यहाँ पे, and I see answers are far apart, if I'm smart, I'm like, okay, screw this. 19 को मैं 20 बना लेता हूँ, 39 को मैं 40 बना लेता हूँ, 0.49 को 0.5 बना के half हो गया, 102 को मैंने 100 लिख लिया. 21s are 22s are, 2 2s are 4, and 4 into 25. So y equals to 25, and y is 50% of x. That means x is 50. Work smart, not hard. Don't do extra work when it's not required. At the end of the day, what matters is you got the question right and you earn a point. ठीक है ना? Hello?
Yes.
There is some. Okay, good. Now, remember, whenever we're doing math questions, the very first thing on the SATs I want you to do in math is, I want you to have a look at the answer choices. It's these answer choices that will tell you what to do. The answer choices will tell you what technique to use, जो मैं अभी बात करना start करूँगा. They will tell you whether you need to be meticulous, whether you need to ballpark, you can approximate or whatnot. That makes your life a whole lot easy. Point in case, ये वाला सवाल. With a raise of your hands, यहाँ पे हाथ raise करके बताओ, how many of you are algebraic minded on math? Show of hands करो यहाँ पे, मुझे बताओ. Are you guys? Okay, chalo. Let me move forward. अगर algebraic minded बंदा ये सवाल देख रहा है, on line the length BC is 1.5 times the length of AB. If length of AC is 30, sorry, length of AC is 30. What is the length of BC? So 1.5x, ये x हो गया, total हो गया 2.5x, which is equal to 30. How many people will do this automatically? Hatim, will you do this? Zara,
Yes.
you will do that. Hatim will do that. Yusuf, will you do this?
Yes.
Tuba,
Yes.
Shanawaz,
Yes.
Abu Zair. Majority of the people will do this. Now, remember, अकल बड़ी के भैंस, जो सब ये कर रहे हैं वो कह रहे हैं कि भैंस बड़ी है, लेकिन मैं कहता हूं अकल बड़ी है. 30. मैंने आंसर चॉइसेस देखी, मैंने ये पढ़ा, मुझे पता है अगर ए और बी बराबर होते, बीच में लाइन खींचता तो कितनी वैल्यू होती? 15 होती. यानी कि बीसी की वैल्यू क्या है? 15 से बड़ी है. 10, 12, 15, 18. अकल बड़ी के भैंस. I don't have to do that math. That is what SAT is testing, how aware you are of your situation. क्या चल रहा है? पागलों की तरह, खोते की तरह आप काम में ना लग जाओ. कुछ सवालों में जिनमें काम करना है उनमें काम करें, और रियलाइज करें जिन सवालों में काम नहीं करना है वहां पे काम ना करें, ताकि वो टाइम आगे कई जगह पे यूज हो. Make sense?
Yes, yes.
Looks like a very daunting question. Number 18. Answer choices are kind of far apart. So I'm like, to hell with it. Let me approximate. Under root 81. Under root 80 की जगह मैंने under root 81 मान दिया, which is 9. 4 into 9 is 36. Plus under root 4 को under root 5 कर लिया, which is 2. 4 2s are 8. 8 plus 9 is 17. 4 over 17 को 4 over 16, which is 0.25. 36 का root is 6. There is only one answer choice close to 6. 6. No calculator section. Okay? Your calculator is only as smart as you are. So जहां पे calculator apply हो गया, मिल गया, पागल हो जाते हैं बस ठक 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 ठक. Can somebody use the calculator and answer this question for me?
$2.75.
2.75. Okay? आपने कैलकुलेटर में डाला 22. उसको आपने डिवाइड किया 8 से, आंसर आ गया 2.75. स्क्रीन कह रहा है 2.75, आंसर चॉइस कह रही है 2.75. जबरदस्त है ना? Yeah. Okay. Remember, your calculator is only as smart as you are. This is a medium difficulty question. and it's all about traps. (22) divided by 8. What is the remainder when 22 is divided by 8? 8 times 2 is 16. What's the remainder? The remainder is 6. That's your answer. Without thinking, if you go to the calculator, remember, making the SAT test is very difficult. Why? Because it's not because of the questions, it's because of the answer choices. The answer choices are not just random numbers. You've got the correct answer, and then the answer choices which are incorrect answers are numbers that you arrive at by misreading something, by making a stupid careless error. So these are not just random numbers. होता क्या है? They put traps for you. आपने डाला, आपके कैलकुलेटर को 2.75 नजर आया, यहाँ पे 2.75 है, आपने बगैर सोचे चूज कर लिया. अगर आप थोड़ा सोच रहे हैं, आपने कहा अच्छा 2.75 है, मुझे तो रिमाइंडर चाहिए, तो 2 हटा देता हूँ, 0.75. कोई और से आया था, उसने कहा नहीं 0.75 हटा देता हूँ 2. So any answer which has anything to do with 2.75, that's not the right answer. The answer is 6. Use your brain. Read the question, set it up. Using the calculator is the last and often unnecessary step. √5 plus √5 is 2 √5. Square, 2 square is 4, √5 square is 5, 4 into 5 is 20. Done. Don't need a calculator. RTFQ. Read the full question. Okay? Don't go on a wild goose chase. Okay? Think what the question is asking you to do. (7j plus 6 equals 23, then 14j plus 12. Why? Calculus minded log, they start solving for, okay, 7j plus 6 equals 23. So 7j is equal to 23 minus 6, or sorry, 7j. J is equal to 23 minus 6 is 17 over 7. J की वैल्यू निकाल ली. ओ भाई, ये क्वेश्चन थोड़ी कह रहा है. Use your brain. Read the full question. It's not asking you for the value of J. It's asking you for the value of this. 7 times 2 is 14. 6 times 2 is 12. So 20 times 3, 2 times is 46. Make sense? This test is testing you wahi कि कितना on you are with the game. What is the least of 3 consecutive even integers if the sum of these integers is 66? Angela, I want you to solve this. Give me the answer. Angela? Angela? सो गए हैं क्या? आलियान?
सर बी है.
बी है? ओके. B है.
21,
एक sec.
22, 23.
एक मिनट. B. 66 सम है, तो अगर 66 को 3 से डिवाइड किया मैंने टाइम्स 22 इज 66. सो मिडिल टर्म क्या आ गई? 22 हो गई. (21 + 22 + 23) क्या आ गया आंसर? 66. That's not the answer. 20. That's why reading the question carefully is very important. What does it say? Even integers. So agar middle term 22 hai, and it's only talking about consecutive even integers. So 20, 22, 24. That gives you 66 also. And the answer is 20. It's not asking you for consecutive, it's asking you for consecutive even. So reading the question carefully is very important. And that is what happens when you're rushing through the questions. That is what happens when you're spending too much time on difficult questions, and the medium questions, which otherwise would be okay, you know, because you rush through them, you miss out on these small details and you get these questions wrong. Read the question carefully. So I'm going to set this question up for you guys. Then I want an answer from you. X plus y equals to 10 and xy are distinct positive integers. What is the greatest possible value of xy? So I know that x plus y equals to 10. So it could be 1 plus 9, 2 plus 8, 3 plus 7, 4 plus 6, and 5 plus 5. Product क्या आ गया? एक second, let me do this. 1 into 9 is 9, 2 into 8 is 16, 3 into 7 is 21, 4 into 6 is 24, and 5 into 5 is 25. What's the answer?
8 and
कह रहा है कि greatest possible value पूछ रहा है. Greatest possible
5
5.
plus 5.
So 25 is on.
25 is
Yeah.
absolutely not the answer.
It is
The answer
B.
is 24. Why? What does it say? X and Y are what?
Distinct positive.
Distinct. Distinct means different. So they cannot have the same value. So 5 plus 5 is not an option. They have to be different values. So 4 plus 6, which is 24. And this will happen if you don't read the question properly, if you don't give it the attention you want it to. Okay? Another question. Come on. At a certain store, shirt sells for $21 each. Total comes to $42. However, due to a certain promotion, when you buy the first shirt for 21 and you're buying a pair of shirts, the second shirt can be bought for $9. The total comes to $30. So at a certain store, shirts sell for $21 each. If customer buys a pair of shirts, the second shirt costs only $9. How much per shirt does a customer save by buying a pair of shirts instead of 2 shirts separately? What's the answer? What is the answer, guys?
12.
12 is
Sir,
wrong.
15.
15 कहाँ से हो गया भाई? Total difference ही 12 का है. What's the key word in this question? Read the question carefully.
6.
6 per shirt. How much per shirt a customer saves? कितनी shirts हैं?
2.
2. Total saving कितनी है? $12 की. 12 divided by 2 is 6.
6.
That's your answer. $6. So read the question carefully. Read the full question. Otherwise, there will be a wrong answer waiting for you. That is why we call it evil testing Satans, because they do these kind of tricks. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
One way to not fall in these traps is bite-sized pieces. Break the question up in small segments. Do whatever the question is asking you to do and then move on. Do not compile things and try to do everything all at once. Okay? Do it in bits and pieces. ताकि आप कोई information को नजरअंदाज ना कर दो. Break it up in segments. Okay? And that's what this gray box is saying. उससे पहले लिखा था, don't be overwhelmed by long word problems. These problems test your reading patience, not your math skills. Do not try to digest an entire question in one big gulp. Take bite-sized pieces. Chew one piece at a time. When there is something to find out, stop. Figure it out. Write it down before you move on. And that is extremely important. And we will do this for this question. And we will do bite-size the question as we move forward. ताकि खुद ही देखो सवाल कितना आसान हो जाएगा. Randy bought 4 rare books, which are 130. Yeah, sorry. $130, 120, 80, 75. Add कर लिया मैंने 5, 7, 8, 15, 18 and 2 is 10, 20, 2 and that is $405 total आ गया. Okay. If you paid 1/3 of the total immediately, so next step is divided by 3, which is आ गया 135. Okay. And the remainder, so remainder is 405 was total, 135 already paid is 270. In 3 equal payments, divide by 3 is 90. So how much was each payment? 90. Learn to bite size. Learn to break it up in small segments. That brings down the complexity of the question down considerably. Okay, so this was math introduction. Summary. Most of the math on SAT math section is material that you probably learned in the 6th, 7th, 8th or 9th grades. No calculus, logarithms or high-tech geometry required. SAT math isn't tough because it tests difficult concepts. It's tough because the questions are so tricky. Many math errors are caused by misreading the question, so be sure to read carefully. ETS is pretty good at figuring out how people misread questions and will have trap answers waiting. There is no point to rushing through every question if it means making careless mistakes. Slow down and score more. Make sense? Okay? Guys, are you with me?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm going to stop here. However, I'm going to have a class tomorrow as well. क्योंकि आज मैं जितना complete करना चाहा था वो complete नहीं हुआ. आगे math का lesson बचा हुआ है और English की introduction भी बची हुई है. Introduction में काफी time लग गया. So I'm going to have a class at 3 also tomorrow, and you are not to miss this class क्योंकि शुरू की classes बहुत important है. So tomorrow I'm going to set the tone for math, and I'm going to get you क्या कहते हैं आपको, इंट्रोड्यूस टू द रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन सेक्शन एट 3 o'clock tomorrow. कल दूसरी क्लास तो और कोई नहीं है ना?
No, sir.
ठीक है, ओके, बाय बाय, हैव अ गुड डे.
Bye, sir.
जो मैंने इंट्रोडक्शन का वो भेजा था उसको एक दफा गो थ्रू दैट.
Okay,
ओके,
sir.
बाय बाय.
ठीक है, मैं समझ गया वैसे.